How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Flesh and Blood video. Today we are talking about art prints. This one is, as you can see, not a Flesh and Blood art print, but an art print of one of my personal favorite artists, Seb McKinnon. And you know, I am a huge fan of artists and supporting artists, and you know, that's why I'm here making this video today. We're going to talk about how you can support your favorite Flesh and Blood artists. Supporting artists is something that I am personally really passionate about. This art print in particular is kind of like the perfect example of that. This art print is for the indie short film The Whale, actually a film made by Seb McKinnon's production studio. They ran into some problems, and I was more than happy to support their Kickstarter to back that project and to get that indie film off the ground. Once again, indie film's another like personal passion of mine. And this art print was one of the limited edition rewards that you can get for supporting that Kickstarter. It's signed by the entire cast and crew as well as Seb McKinnon himself. So today we're going to start talking about some Flesh and Blood art prints. I also want to quickly note, because I know people will comment on this, the little like nicking on the top, that happened during our recent move to our new house here, and you know, it's why it's kind of like down here and not up on the wall. I do plan to reframe this. But that's not the topic of today's video. What is the topic of today's video is Flesh and Blood art prints here. I have my very first Flesh and Blood art prints here in my hand from my personal favorite Flesh and Blood artist. I'm not going to spoil who that is right now, but if you watch my videos, you can probably guess who that is. I have two art prints here. I did purchase them from ArtStation, and I'm going to talk today about a couple websites you can go to you know, purchase your own art prints. Before we get started with any of that, I do want to mention that today's video is brought to you by FAB, the premier Flesh and Blood deck building and database website. It's where I personally go to, you know, brew up my decks, and I think you should too. They're excellent. And if you're looking to pick up Flesh and Blood product, go ahead and check out my Channel Fireball affiliate link. They have excellent pricing on Flesh and Blood singles and sealed products. Or you can go ahead and check out my affiliate links with Fab Foundry, local to me in the Portland, Oregon area, or Red Riot Games, an excellent Canadian store. So if you're from Canada and you're looking to pick up Flesh and Blood stuff, definitely check out Red Riot Games. But without further ado, let's open up these art prints. I am definitely going to eventually frame these and hang these up in the studio with some other Flesh and Blood art prints I have on the way, but I just got these in today and I'm super excited to see them. Oh man, I can't tell you, man. I absolutely am a huge fan of art, and I feel that artists for the most part are very underappreciated and underpaid, and you know, like I said, it's one of my passions here. I absolutely love supporting artists. But yeah, let's get on with it and take a look at this in much closer detail. So here we have this beautiful Eclipse playmat, one of my absolute favorite pieces of artwork from the Monarch set. This is a hint of things to come. I did get both of the art prints in here from ArtStation, and that's one of the places I'm going to talk about here. I will have a link in the description down below of ArtStation. You can go there and check out all of the Flesh and Blood artists, as well as artists for many other things, many other things. This is probably the best place to go for Flesh and Blood art. Just go to ArtStation and search for either Legend Story Studios, Flesh and Blood, or whatever card art you want to find. And then I would highly recommend making an account and following those artists. Not every artist on ArtStation sells art prints. That's very important to note. Not every artist does, but some of them do. And you can go over there, and I'll have a, you know, an image on screen here. You can go over to ArtStation, and then you can click where it says prints and see what prints they have available. Even if an artist has prints available, they may not have prints available for the specific art that you want. And I would also highly recommend to not badger them. Do not badger them about, you know, having prints or not having prints available or anything like that. And instead, just follow them and see if they offer them in the future, because ArtStation does notify you when artists put new prints up. And personally, I follow every Flesh and Blood artist I can find on ArtStation, so highly recommended. The other website that I go to is called InPrint. Once again, I will have a link of this in the description down below. Go to InPrint and search for Flesh and Blood, or the card name of the card that you're looking for, or just, Legend Story Studios. And once again, I should have a picture of this on screen. I do have several more art prints coming from ArtStation, and I've also got an art print coming from InPrint. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see that stuff on the channel. But this is the first one that I got, and I'm not gonna lie, it's like my favorite ones. So you can maybe see a little bit of what's coming here. There's some really good stuff on ArtStation, by the way. If you're like a fan of Shiana, you can get a freaking Shiana print. I'm gonna put the image right here. You can get a freaking Shiana print from ArtStation, or poster. Just saying, man. Just saying, if you like Shiana, you can do that. But me, this artist is my favorite. I love this artist. Her name is Daria Klebnikova. I love the very whimsical and stylized art that she does. It's very cool, and I absolutely, this is very nice. And I absolutely love that, she's an artist, does art for card games. She does art for both Flesh and Blood and art for Arkham Horror. So if you're a fan of Arkham Horror, there's that as well. So this one is the very first art print. We're gonna lay it down. This is Sunkiss. So this is the art for Sunkiss, and once again, I think it's absolutely beautiful. Like, it's a fantastic. I gotta kind of hold it down so it doesn't get too too like bent up, But there you go. Absolutely beautiful art print. Let's see if we can focus a little more on the face there. There you go. Absolutely gorgeous. And so you can probably guess the print underneath the Sunkiss. What are you gonna guess? What are you gonna guess what this is? Well, it's probably your first guess, because the print underneath is, hold on, I want to be very careful with these. Oh, dude, just absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna set the other art print down. So this one is the other print that I got, Moonwish. Once again, absolutely beautiful, absolutely fantastic. I could not be happier. And we're gonna zoom in. We're gonna zoom in on it. Once again, I really love this very whimsical, almost watercolor style art. Let's focus in on like her face. Yeah, it's really, really sweet. It reminds me a lot of like Rebecca Gay. If you're into Magic the Gathering and you like Rebecca Gay's artwork, Daria Klebnikova's artwork very much reminds me of that. But not just that. It's kind of like, she's got like her own style, and I really like it. I really, really like it. And that's why it's like one of my favorite ones. I really like stylized stuff like this. Stuff like this is just beautiful, and it's, that's one of the things about Flesh and Blood, right? That's one of the core things about Flesh and Blood. They make the game, and they want to make products and things that are beautiful and that you would like to have around you. You would like to surround yourself with these awesome things, and that's exactly what they've done. That's exactly what Daria Klebnikova has done. Like, awesome artwork and stuff that I want to have on my walls here. So in the studio, this is going up, Sunkiss and Moonwish like right next to each other, and man, I could not be happier. I'm getting what, three more prints to come up in the studio here. Let's get the Sunkiss back on. Here we have the Sunkiss again. Really, really sweet. They shipped these in like a tube, like a heavy cardboard tube. So they came in very good condition. Yeah, man. I don't know what else to say. They're just like really, really good quality. You can kind of see like the coloring on here. Once again, we can zoom in, and you can kind of like, let's zoom in as far as we can go, and you can see like the resolution and the print quality is very, very nice. It's not like the super textured. It's more smooth, because I don't know the actual term for it. I've heard like museum grade or something like that. I believe InPrint does museum grade, where it has more of like a texture to it. And a lot of the Sub McKinnon prints that I have are are like that. And maybe, you know, if you like this video, enough people watch it, maybe I will do a video when I get my imprint prints in, and we can maybe compare. By the time that happens, I will likely get a frame for these two, and these will be up on the walls. It's gonna look sweet, man. I'm super stoked. Yeah, the studio here is reaching completion, and I gotta say, it looks awesome. Maybe I'll do like another video recapping the studio when it's like all finished. But here, let's show off the Moon Wish one more time. Absolutely gorgeous, and you can kind of see how big it is here. Every one of the prints that you buy from there, it tells you the dimensions, so you can like plan ahead and get your, you know, your frames. For frames, if you are on a budget, so like here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about art prints. It is incredibly expensive to buy originals. Absurdly expensive, tens of thousands of dollars. However, art prints, like what, 10 to 50 bucks, depending on the size of the art print and who you're buying from. And then how much is a frame? Like you can go to Target, or you can go to any hobby store. I would recommend supporting your local hobby stores first, obviously. Just the way I like to support these artists, you should support like your local source first. And then frames are what, 20 bucks or less, depending on the kind of frame that you get. So you can have very nice looking things. This is the moral of the story. This is what I'm getting at. You can have beautiful pieces of artwork, beautifully framed, in your house for like 50 bucks each maybe, and you might think, you know, that's expensive, but remember that this is like going to support the artist as well, right? It's not going into a big corporation's pocket. I mean, I'm sure ArtStation takes a cut of it, you know, just like any other hosting website does, but you know, just remember you're going to support the artist, and that's really what matters. I mean, you also get something awesome too. You also get some really cool artwork there. And I know Daria recently listed or shared her image of Eclipse on ArtStation, and if she offers it as a print, then I will be snatching that up as well. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to do that YouTube Trinity, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new here, you know, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a fan of artwork or just Flesh and Blood in general, card games in general, you know, I really appreciate you being here. Traditionally, videos like this typically don't do well on the channel, so whoever's watching this, big shout out to you. And you must be a fan of art if you're watching this, so, you know, I appreciate you. Thank you. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below if you like this video, if you'd like to see more stuff like this. But I got enough people asking me, yo, where do you get those art prints, that I just had to make a video on it because, you know, ask and ye shall receive. Anyway, I've talked long enough. Have a good one all, and I'll see you next time.